Hey, Decathlon Gamer, welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2020. This is All Rounder episode number 29. So we're at the Vuelta Murcia. It's just a two-stage race and kind of an oddball one as well. Stage one here, you can see not much doing with it. And we're getting quite a few riders that are already attacking. It's not exactly the best time to go off the front myself. There we go. Now's the time to go. My assignment today is Barradur, so they want me in the break. We timed that right. It looks like I might be able to get away here relatively easy now. Timing is everything on getting into these breaks. You want to be one of the first ones away, and you want to get away not when 8-10 riders are attacking, because somebody in those 8 or 10 is going to be one that someone doesn't want. You want to be getting away when there's just 1 or 2 or maybe 3 riders trying to go. And you can see Connor Swift, and Hogue and I easily get away now, 50 seconds to the good. So there's that. We're in the break. Stage 2, one pretty hefty climb and a little punchy finish. So we'll see what that amounts to. Am I battling KOM? Am I going to try to survive that climb on stage 2 and therefore be on equivalent time at the finish, and therefore having 3, 2, or 1 seconds here places me in the top 10? We'll see. It's bound to be one of those two things, though. Fighting for a decent GC position with a few bonus seconds, or going for the KOM, which does mean I'm going to try to look for these 2 action points as... Oh, come on, game!
The pack gave them no chance.
Alright. The bug is back. Man, oh man, they need to fix that. I know that people in the comments have mentioned that it did this in previous seasons. I think I've only ever seen it once before PCM20. But this happens far, far too frequently. You're minutes out in front, and then the breakaway just full brakes, stops, and then they're in the peloton, and then it releases and starts working again. I mean, all that time, and look how tired we are. And now all of a sudden I'm right back in the peloton. I mean, what a horrible bug that is. Well, we try to get away again. We've pulled out 30 seconds, but others are trying to get away. And I won't survive long if we don't quickly open up a gap, as I'm quite fatigued. 30 seconds. 2 more riders trying to get away. And now I have very little energy. Now we have... now we're back in the field, and I have 0 energy. So my day is ruined by a bug. I'm going to have to recover, and by then the breakaway is going to be long gone. That means really my work is done for the day. I'll see you on stage 2.
He's making a break. He can't have much idea of what's lying in front of him.
Counter-attack by Rui Costa.
Stage 2 and second day in the break. Let's hope it's bug-free this time. We do get away right off the start. I was close enough to the front, and with the sneak went right through the field and straight out the front before any other rider had a chance to get away. There's 4 riders giving chase. That would make 5 in the group. Back off a little bit, let those guys catch me, as they are now more than a half minute ahead themselves. At the moment, that gap is not stretching. Probably because another group of riders are attacking, including Ryan Mullen. Wow. Rui Costa in this group. Eight of us.
Is being cut back.
I'm starting to pull out a bit.
A couple of teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack.
A few of these guys are attacking each other already. There's 2K to go to the top of this first climb. Really bad timing for that, as that's going to do some serious damage to the group. And I'm the first one going back. I have a -1 on the race day condition, though it doesn't actually affect anything other than 1 point of downhill. We're 3 minutes away, so we certainly will be sitting up here momentarily. So even though I've been dropped, I will catch back up.
It's up to the other teams to get their fingers out.
Come on. Let's go ahead and push it. Push it. 25 seconds. Seconds. Almost on. Almost on. Still pulling away from the field, by the way. Even without the energy. 347. That should be enough to be considered contact, but somehow. Still, no contact. There you go. Okay, 4 minutes away. And we sit up and go into recovery mode. Alright, we've got a little ways till we have a sprint point. That is worth some seconds. GC-wise, that 3, 2, or 1 puts me into no worse than about 7th to 10th, depending on 1st, 2nd, 3rd from stage 1, 1st, 2nd, 3rd from stage 2. That's 6 riders, plus the 1 sprint point from that last one. Whatever it does, it puts us in that conversation a little bit. Lead's already down to 3.5 minutes, though, so the field has sped up a little bit. No apparent bug, at least not at this point. It doesn't seem to happen later in the stage. It's always relatively early, not long after you've formed, which is always where it's devastating because you can't recover from that. Okay, here we go. 2K, and let's scoot forward. Scoot forward. Come on now. Scoot forward. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased.
Tack out of the corner. There we go. Not the only one sprinting for it. I think I'm second. I do already have some points because I finished 11th on stage 1. Pretty sure that was 2nd place over the top behind Soren Krag Anderson, who's got actually a pretty good sprint to him, 70-72. Definitely a stronger rider than myself. We are amongst World Tour teams here at this race. Quite a few. Alright, so we've got this big double Cat 1 climb. I could win the KOM, even though I have 0 points in the classification, if I were to win at least one and place well in the other on this climb. So, there's a real chance of doing something there. We have 100K to go in the stage. We are already fully recovered, but the pace is already picking up. Let's drop back off again. I was a little worried that they've sped up that much, and yeah, they really have sped up that much. So, field chasing pretty hard, which means it's going to do a lot of damage, both to me and to the field, before we ever get to that climb. And it means that the pace on the climb itself is probably going to be much too much for a 67 mountain rating. Don't like the way this one's headed so far. Speed things along. I want to get water again before we hit the climb. 78K to go. We're at 75% of breakaway. At least we'll get points for that. Regardless, we did get a couple points on that last stage. We hit 1/4, which is obviously not great, but it's better than nothing.
The rider has just suffered a puncture.
Ooh, burn all of the puncture. Not the best place for that to happen, but it looks like he has slipped out the back. Right before the climb. Really bad timing. No teammates to support. Oh, he makes contact, but he's right at the back of the peloton. Bad place before the climb. Alright. I'm at 60k. Let's go ahead and grab that water, and let's hope. Let's hope that there is no charge, no attack until we get to the end there, because I'm gonna struggle if it is. This is pretty steep. 5k to go. We're still going 24 kilometers an hour at 8% gradient. 27. Yikes. Not done yet, but this is a pretty hefty pace considering where we're at. 3k to go now. Gap's down to 1:25 already. We might not even be at the front by the time we hit the top climb. The field's coming pretty hard and fast. Wow, they're already attacking at 1.8k.
Rui Costa goes into the
so
attack.
we're going to follow Sabedo. Oh, let's make that postal burger. Yeah, look how quickly it just disintegrated my red bar. 700 meters. I'm not getting points here. Alright. Restructured objective. Pick up 2 points in the KWM, by the way. Restructured objective now is to get the breakaway objective. I did pick up a couple seconds, so the GC part is still alive and well. If we can survive the upper climb here. No, we don't. I'm back in the peloton. And fading. 1k from the top. But if I can recover on the descent, I might be able to get back into the break. Let's see, how are we doing on that time? Oh, 9k away from at least getting complete. Not the exceptional, but complete. We still have breakaway riders. Only 53, 31 in the peloton now. So if it stays like that, 31, I'm in it. So I've at least got the GC thing going. So we ride with that. Arnsman is here. Not working for me, though. I'm low man on the totem pole within the team. Even though my rating's not so bad compared to them. But what is my rating based on? Yeah, nothing useful. So if I were them, I would certainly have myself as nothing but a domestique and or breakaway rider. I've had 6 wins, so I deserve that chance, but definitely not good for anything else. Peloton back up to 71. One rider left, 30 seconds out. It is Postal Burger, the one that I was trying to stay on the wheel of, which didn't go terribly well for me. So we have a little uphill finish on this one, and like I said, right now I have 2 bonus seconds, which puts me in the mix. 71 riders, there's bound to be 1 or 2 that have earned time, or different riders that will earn time. Anyway, of the previous break, of our break, there's a good chance that somebody is lost time, right? Half the field is behind us. So I might have a chance to squeeze into the top 5, but I definitely should be a top 10 if I can stay at the finish with the main group. We're going to go a little after 6k on our gel because it's an uphill finish. We'll do it at 5 here. There we go. Alright, let's slow it down for the finish. And here comes the attacks. Vlasov, Maroe, Garcia Cortina. Okay, apparently this climb is not going to be that bad if Garcia Cortina is going for it. So not just for sprinters. 2k to go. Alright, I'm starting my move. I'm not trying to sprint this one out. I'm trying to have enough to stay near the front. And 1.4k now. Let's accelerate a little harder because I'm in the mix.
And the final sprint is off. Who's going to be the first to the line today?
I am very much in the mix for a solid finish here. Bettiol, much stronger than me, but this is going to be a top 10. Ulysses for the win, Maroe second, Garcia Cortina hangs on for third. Aaron Burrow, Bettiol, Barguil, 9th on the stage, right behind the legend that is Alejandro Valverde. I finish in front of strong riders like George Bennett, Leonard Kamna,
The race is run, but the poor
Ruben Guerrero.
Up the rear continue to cross the line. It's a bit of a knock for the morale.
We'll see where that places us in the GC, but that will definitely place me in the top 10 on the GC, guaranteed.
We've selected the following highlights for you.
They do get time gaps. Ulysses, Mattaway, those small gaps are counted, but not the gaps behind. Awkwardly enough, it was just as spread out as the front of the field. So, where are we? Sixth place. Those 2 seconds, hugely important. Only 6 riders with some sort of bonus seconds. 4 of those going to the top 4 finishers on this stage with that little time separation that they had. And then the guy who finished right in front of me on that sprint classification, Krug Anderson, gets 3 seconds. I get 2. And then there's the survivors in the field that did not lose time, all bunched together down to 55th place. So that's going to be worth something. I actually get the under 25's jersey as the only rider in that top 6 under 25. That's definitely going to be worth something. So we don't quite get the full evaluation here. It's still very good though. But 6th and 1st adds up to 33 points. Very happy with that. That's after being in the breakaway for a very good chunk of the day. The only reason why I was there was because I was in the breakaway, but managed my effort enough so that I didn't, die before the top of the climb. I actually did die right before the top of the climb, but I wasn't dead. I was close enough to not just go straight out the back and remain in that small group and recover on the descent. So, hooray! So we're at the 184-kilometer Classica di Almeria. My role today is puncher, looking down the rest of the team. We have a sprinter outsider and a puncher outsider. So what that amounts to within the team is I get 2 support riders, and they each get 1 support rider, as I'm deemed to have the best chance in this race, in this stage. Now, for this race, though, 2 of us are placed as punchers. Well, you look at the profile, this doesn't favor punchers whatsoever. If I break away on this next series of undulating, ultimately 1 climb, well, for one, that group of 10 that's away, I won't even get past them. And 2, the field's going to catch up either way, whether I'm in that break or whether I'm solo or whether there's a few of us that get away. Whatever it is, we're going to be caught by the field. This will result in a sprint finish. Those 10 riders, they still had a pretty good gap, but it's coming down really quick here. It's down to 1:19. Those 8 riders, yeah, they're not going to stay away. They're crumbling right now. The field is coming. It's down to 94. There's definitely some fatigue. And there's quite a bit of fatigue. So this is going to come down to a smaller group sprint finish. I'm not terrible on those. I can't win them. I'm not strong enough, but I do have a balanced race day condition, which is a bit of a rarity of late. I've had so many negatives. And thanks to my high fitness level, I've got a +1 to stamina, resistance, flat, and sprint. Sprint at a 70 in a small group like this gives me a little bit of a chance. 25k to go. I've got Timo Rusin and it's all coming back together, which is unfortunate. But I do have a little bit of support here with 20k to go. So
20 kilometers from the finish, so things should come down to a
I'm going to get Rusin to follow me, and Crater, you're going to stay on Protect. And I'm not worried about the water, it's only 18k. We'll be okay. So I'm seeing a few riders trying something now. This is the riders with the same assignment that I have trying to do something. It's just not a good time for that. But look, my support is growing. So Crater kind of giving me protection, but not so much. Mobak, Rusin, that he can provide me a pretty solid lead out here. We'll get Mobak in line as well, and yeah, this is good. This is good. I'm fresh. I'll be able to go strong, and I've got a lead out. I might squeeze out a top 5, more likely just a top 10, but that's a result. That is a result. We see a group of 4 that have inched away a little bit, but some of these teams, some of these riders are going to chase these guys. There we go. Wow, there's a lot of late attacks coming. This is 9K to go, and I think I need to do something here with Mobak and Rusin. Crater is done, so let's take the 3 of us, and we're going to cancel that for the moment. Set the 99. I want to follow Rusin, even though he is a bit tired. He has much better speed, and we're going to start burning Mobak now, but it's 9K, so we've got to make sure those front guys do not get away and do exactly what the team wants me to do. Yeah, that would be, that would look bad, wouldn't it? Alright, so we've caught them. There's Mobak, there's Rusin, there's myself, and now we are out front with 6K to go. Mobak, we're going to push 87 for right now. Rusin, very low on energy. Okay, go. Crater's way too tired. He's got nothing left to offer. 4K to go. Rusin, I'm going to be really disappointed. He's not going to last long like this. He's got very, very little energy. So, Mobak's going to have to speed up to stay with Bedial. Bedial's the favorite anyway, which is odd that he is trying to sprint this out right now. But, okay, 1.1K. Transcend. Can you give me this little acceleration here, Rusin? Help get me up to speed. He does. Bedial might win this, but he was the favorite to win it anyway. My goal was top 10. I have 900 meters to go. I've got full strength. And outside of Magnus Cort Nielsen and Garcia Cortina, who are going to crush me here to the finish, don't worry, we're not looking at a victory, but can we be looking at a top 5? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. We can even cut off Garcia Cortina on our way towards that finish. Here comes a lot of fast guys bursting past me, but top 10 definitely. Hodeg takes the win. Alverson, Cort Nielsen, Garcia Cortina doesn't even get top 3, surprisingly. I do get top 10. We get a 9th place. That is a very bunched group, and a lot of sprinters survived that. Case Bull, Colbrelli outside of the top 10. Craig Anderson, who is definitely a bit stronger. He's a similar makeup to what I have as a rider, but he's better at everything. He is what I'm going to become in a season or 2 through my projection and kind of the direction we're heading. He's the do-it-all breakaway rider. Tim de Klerk all the way down 20th. So top 10, awesome. Teammate right in front of me in 8th. He was that outsider on the sprint. That'll be worth some points again. So back-to-back races, and we're literally the day following
now for the best moments of the day.
Race we just finished. So 3 days of pretty solid cycling. 9th in the race, 18 points. We're now just 4 from leveling up. Don't know when our next race is on the calendar. Is it March? No, we still have a February race going on. I think we will be leveling up here at the Tour of the Alps. But that is all the time that I have for this episode. So we'll get into that Tour of the Alps. We'll get into that leveling up, plus the turn of the month, all happening in that next episode. So we'll be making good progress before we ever get to that next race. We should be a good third of the way towards that next level already, so that's a good sign. making rapid progress early on in this season. Where we stand, well, it's Lutsenko right now, middle of February, but it's Lutsenko on top. A new guy we don't know, Caden Groves, Walter, not the names you would normally see, but it's very early in the season, so a lot can happen. I am in the top 5 in the Continental rankings, now ahead of my teammate. And 13th in the Super Prestige currently. Definitely not going to hold. This is so early in the season. I'm taking advantage of having a high fitness level from the very start of the year. Found a little bit of success. I'm going to continue to have more and more of that as I level up a little bit and get attributes that are capable of doing a little something. The more I'm capable of, the more I'm going to get consistent top 10s. I'm far, far away from being a winner of any regularity because I don't have any standout attributes, and I'm not going to have any standout attributes, or at least useful ones, for a long, long time, the way this series is set up. But getting consistent results that amount to points, I could be on my way to doing that, and then I could start leveling up a little faster. We might actually start making some real progress. We'll see, though. That does it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.